So, some big news being announced by the Barrie Colts today. There's going to be some changes when it comes behind the bench. Marty Williamson, no longer the head coach. He is only going to be general manager and focus on the VP of hockey operations with the club, while Dylan Smoskowitz goes from assistant coach to head coach. Now, there is a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes during the regular season. There seems to be some tug of war with, do you take the analytics side? Do you take the old school approach? There was also the questions about the NCAA. Which players can you bring in? So I wonder if maybe with everything that's going on right now, the old way of a GM slash coach position may be going away of the dinosaur. I know James Richmond, of course, of the Brampton Steelheads, still a GM slash head coach, but I'm wondering if teams need to now have a GM that's 100% focused on that role. And for Marty Williamson, he's been comfortable in that position in the past. We've seen what he's been able to do with clubs in Niagara and Barrie. So having just that one focus on being a general manager might do some good for this organization. Plus, I wonder how much of this move was made to make sure that Smoskowitz stays with the Barrie Colts. He's a former Barrie Colt. He's had some great success as an assistant coach. Everything I've heard has been positive of what he brings to this team. And you have to wonder if maybe other teams from the Canadian Hockey League or in other leagues around North America were starting to take notice in Smoskowitz. So the Barrie Colts wanting to make sure that he gets a shot of being the sixth head coach in franchise history. Actually, stay tuned. I'm going to have a one-on-one interview with Smoskowitz here on the channel, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. But still, I think this is an exciting move for the organization, and I think it just goes to show how the league is changing, where you need to have someone that's 100% focused on GM duties, especially when it comes to recruitment efforts with the draft, NCAA, and whatnot, and still trying to make a team continue to be successful in that junior hockey cycle, as there's still so many unknowns right now when it comes to that NCAA vote from the fall. We're still feeling the effects of that and still some unknowns right now here in the offseason. But I feel like this is maybe the right direction for a junior club such as the Barrie Colts to have Marty Williamson as the GM and now Dylan Smoskowitz as the head coach. I think this is a great move for the Barrie Colts. Sticking with coaching milestones, we know that the Memorial Cup is underway in Rimouski, and the London Knights 2-0 at the time of recording, getting ready to take on the Medicine Hat Tigers. And over the weekend, in the victory over the Rimouski Oceanic, the London Knights head coach, Dale Hunter, has become the winningest coach in Memorial Cup history. He has 15 victories, which passes Don Hay of the Western Hockey League, who had 14. So the London Knights continue to make history since the Hunters took over this organization in the early 2000s. Their first Memorial Cup appearance was in 2005, and now 20 years later, this team's still contending. And now Dale Hunter has 15 wins to his credit, which is something else and pretty exciting to see for this organization. Also to note, a first rounder has committed to the team that selected him, Keaton Ardagh. He was selected by the Brampton Steelheads 17th overall. So this is an exciting time for Ardagh. He was selected right after Peter Green, who's also committed to the Brampton Steelheads. The Steelheads looking to get younger, and of course last year they drafted Adam Valentini, but traded his rights to the Kitchener Rangers. And because of that trade, they were able to have two first-round selections in the 2024 or 25 OHL priority selection. And for Ardagh, he's a right winger, stands 6 foot, 163 pounds, and he's had some pretty good numbers playing with the Toronto Junior Canadiens. Last year, 24 goals, 21 assists, 45 points in 28 games. Although at the 2025 OHL Cup Showcase, no goals, but just 6 assists in 8 games of work. So I think the future is bright for the Brampton Steelheads, as of course they went all in last year. The plan was to have a deep run. They fell short, but now you're in that cycle where it's starting the rebuild, and now they've got commitments from their 2 first-round selections. This is setting them up nicely for the future. So this team trying to take shape, and it's going to be very fascinating to see what kind of moves comes next from the Brampton Steelheads. So that's how I see it from the booth. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on any of these news items, the change in coach for the Barrie Colts to the signings with the Brampton Steelheads. Thank you very much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you again soon.